I don't owe anybody any explanation how peace was achieved. What's important is that peace. Yes. Do you like peace? Yes. So what are you going to benefit from how the peace was achieved? The most important thing is, do you have peace? Yes.
At what cost?
What cost?
Perhaps you could help discountenance publications that are saying that one of the terms for agreement was he was not going to come for
was that what
if
that is, did he tell you that? Did he tell you that?
That's why we're seeking clarification.
No, you cannot say for I'm not the one going to run election. So if you say that that was the decision, then he should be able to be the one to tell you. What's my business? He has never spoken to you on that. You are the ones who are promoting disunity, making money for your stations, inviting people. Yeah, but it's true. Inviting people to come to your stations to talk. Now, the well has dried. No more oil. So you are not happy. Everybody, let me tell you, and it's most unfortunate when I hear people say something you have no facts, you have no evidence. You just speculate, maybe, not.
So
how do you do that? And let me tell you, it is not in your position. We settled, and we went to Mr. President never invited us. Mr. President never called a meeting, you say this, you say this. The bit I can tell you, the governor met with the House of Assembly, the governor met with the National Assembly, privately. The governor met with leaders. And they said, now having settled, can you now go and tell President we have settled? President never one day. And that's what people do that. Oh, President did this. President trying to force something on people. You don't even know anything. You just see that because no more money will come out to give you to appear and arise.
We want to know the terms of this reconciliation. The terms of this reconciliation.
Listen, were you part of the peace? Have you ever one day invited us to come and make peace? So what is their business now?
But we have a
all you have been doing is how you can get somebody from Rivers, go to Arise, insult somebody, invite somebody to go to TVC, talk against this person, invite them to go to News Central, AIT. Now it's no longer available. It's no longer available. And you are not comfortable. And it is my duty to make you not to be comfortable. I'm not going to give you that comfort.
It is the issues that oftentimes...
What are the issues? You know the issues.
There is an emergency rule in Rivers State. So now that peace has come, what are the chances that that emergency rule will come to an end?
When the president comes, you go and ask President, did I declare?
But you have his ears. You have his ears. So we are hopeful that you can...
Did I declare state of emergency? If I declared, then you can ask me.
When you met with the president,
yes,
and clearly informed him that peace has returned in Rivers State,
yes,
did you ask him when he's likely going to call off the emergency rule? What was his body language like?
Did I ask him when he would declare state of emergency? I would not ask him when he would. How can something I was not a party to? You want me to go and buy market? I don't know when it's.
But it's your state.
The last time.
Listen. Whether it's my state or not, the point we're making that why not be comfortable that peace has come?
The last time you
why
had
do you
peace,
cry more than the bereaved?
Honorable Minister.
But emergency rule
the last time
democracy.
you had this kind of resolution, there was like a paper agreement. Something was put into paper. You had agreement with Mr. President.
Was it fulfilled?
It wasn't. So
why not the ones who saw that paper and started, instead of you to make peace, you started saying, oh, this is one-sided. Now speculate. You won't see any paper, speculate. I have allowed you to continue to speculate. It's not my business. All I know, peace has come.
But
if you are not satisfied with that peace, well, there's nothing we can do. But what is important, peace has returned. Whatever thing anybody says is not my business.
Is it true that you have resolved that Fubara will not go for second term? Did you resolve that?
I said, that is not part of your problem. It is not part of the problem. If you want to, go and ask Fubara. I mean, when I hear certain things people will talk, okay, from what I read you are saying, that they said, I will appoint the national administrators. They won't do election. Come on. Why do people cause crisis?
Sir, but there is a concern that it is an aberration in a democracy.
The concern is that it makes it more intelligent when you come out to the public. How does anybody listen and say one person will appoint local government chairman? How? No, how do you say that? Is it by appointment? No election will be done. So all you do is sit in your house and sit in the last camp here. Abu Odua, I've appointed you. Agutoro, you have been appointed. Degema, you have been appointed. How can we talk? How can we reason this way? We cannot, and assuming somebody comes to tell you that, we didn't also have him come on. If you tell me, look, it's like he would preside over his team. Maybe if we're in the same party, for example, we want to sponsor people to run an election. Will I have a role to play? It's understandable. That is understandable. But for you to say he will appoint chairman of the local government, I mean, I don't know who does that. Even president cannot sit in his office and yes, people recommend to him in states. So is it not correct? President cannot know everybody in the 36 states. That's not possible. That's even appointment too. Not the one of election. How do you do that? It's like president would appoint all the governors of 36 states. How can you be anybody sit down and even say that is part of what was agreed? How can anybody say that?
Away from what was agreed, can I just ask you that the peace that we're going to have or that we have in Rivers State now, is it peace for all times? All sins are forgiven.
What is your prayer?
Isn't that what we have been preaching here all along?
We want peace
That is
of
our
all time.
prayer. That is the prayer.
That is your prayer. Let it be so. Why are you going to ask me again? I said there's peace. You're not asking me, is it for peace for all time or for short time?
All sins forgiven.
Whatever you pray for us, that's what we have.
So I guess the reason we're pressing a bit is because, first off, you're from Rivers State, and the fact that there is an emergency rule is a continued aberration from what democracy should be. So we would think that, maybe you are a big concern.
Is provided under the Constitution.
Yes, but it is still in a democracy.
No, yes, but that is allowed. Because when you have a crisis like this, and that's why it calls for it. Do you want a crisis situation? Okay, take for example, the Supreme Court said, if there's no election for local government, there should not be money. Right? Yeah. Right. Is that not correct?
Yes.
Now, if you go back now, there's no local government election. And money is not given to the local government. How will the workers be paid? Do you know, but for the emergency situation, the crisis that we have seen now, the crisis you would have seen in local government where workers will not be paid. The crisis you would have seen in the state where civil servants will not be paid because there's no budget. And that's why it calls for look, do this pending when all situations. So if you go back now, no local government election, how do they get funds? How did they get funds to run? We're just only being just on one track. We're not looking at a holistic picture. The only thing that saved our state is the emergency rule that have kept the Supreme Court judgment not to be implemented. If you don't do everything now, and you put it, you would not be a state of emergency, how does money come? How does the money come? Answer me. 5 of you answer me.
Answer
me. How does it come?
Are you optimistic now? Like my colleague did say earlier, you've had this reconciliation, so to speak, in the past. Do you have that optimism this time that is going to work?
Why would I be pessimistic? Why would I be pessimistic? When you asked before, did I not tell you that we must do something with truth? You have interviewed us severally, and I said, with truth, there will be peace. Did I tell you there was peace then? Did I tell you? Now, have I told you there's peace? So, the difference is clear now. Do you believe there will be no peace?
Peace. As another statement.
No. Do you believe there will be no peace?
We believe there will be peace. If you...
I'm surprised.
Depending on you.
Depending on me.
Because as an elder...
What is your role to make us have peace? By carrying fake news?
That's what we're asking.
Maybe if you help us with the terms of this...
We're seeking clarification.
We have made peace. That's enough for...
Even with the people that supported Sim,
can we go
all
on to
the former
question?
governors that supported Sim, his supporters...
No. See, there's one thing you must understand in life. The decisions you take, some people may not be happy. There are people who will always benefit when there's crisis.
Okay.
There are people who say, look, who make money, let me go to television and abuse Wiki. They make money. Now such money is no longer available. So how would they be happy? There are those who take live television, non-assembly members, go on live television 3 and say how illegal, and even though when they're not from the state, now it's no longer available. Would they be happy? Do you know what's called oil well? Where your oil is flowing. Now the oil has dried. You would naturally not be happy. So such people, you don't bother about it. What's important, the key players have they accepted peace? Yes.